In the forest, it feels alive. So much moving, so much existing here. I don't feel as though I'm walking. It feels more like floating. When I move, I don't build momentum or speed. I linger here and there, and there. I don't feel the wind. Is it the wind? Fear drapes over me. I try to keep the fear from my mind, but that just makes it worse. Whenever you realize something terrible, you tell yourself it's not real. But you know it is. You know. I know. Something terrible. This feeling's familiar. A feeling I've felt before. When I had a dream that I'd woken up. A dream about not dreaming. Please, no. Reality is far worse. I am dying.
I'm busy!
Marks, just answer it already.
Who is it?
Marks.
Oh, I mean, this is Deputy Marks. What's your problem? Yeah. Uh-huh. What? Can you hold on a second? There's been a murder
Where?
off of Volcano Trail.
I want you to head there right now.
Hey, you want me to go by myself? Where are you going?
I have to go by my house and get my gun.
You didn't bring a gun today?
Marks, I haven't brought my gun to work in 2 years. Now get going.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Misty Falls. It's another beautiful sunny day, and we've got another sunny way to play. But first, I'd like to pose a query. What's been the most ridiculous excuse anyone has ever given you for being late? Now, I know there are some doozies out there, but I think I've got the best one. Someone once told me that they slept in and were late because earlier that morning they were distracted by watching themselves in an out-of-body experience getting up. Now, can you believe that? The next thing I half expected him to tell me that his car was beamed up by a UFO on his way in. Ah, well. Thanks for listening, folks, and stay tuned. I'm Charles Carter, and you're listening to 97.3 KWVR-FM.
You okay, Miss Hemingway?
There's common advice given to many. Be prepared. And there's wisdom in that. But few heed it. Many think that those few simple words, be prepared, are not worthy of our effort. But I've lived by those words. I've come through many trials in my life because of those words. What people fail to realize or refuse to accept is that the only way to be prepared is to be exposed before the fact. Can you really shield yourself from a dark path by blocking its way? I feel that our views are flawed in so many ways. I can take you to him now.
Well, we thank you for your help in this matter, in this terrible tragedy.
I would say be prepared, but it would do no good. There's just no way to prepare for something like this.
Ma'am, we found the body.
Miss Hemingway, can you identify the body?
Yes, Sheriff Wesson, I can. This is my grandson.
Ma'am, may I talk to you? Ma'am, if you don't mind me saying, I grew up in this little town, and I probably could tell you the first name of every person in Misty Falls. And I don't remember hearing of anything like this ever happening, not once. Who could have done something like this?
There's a correctional facility not many miles from here. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I heard about that in the news recently. Some people have been talking about how a prisoner escaped a few days ago.
Yeah, the prisoner's name is Leroy Kincaid, and this fits his MO.
So we have
Listen
a
to me,
suspect.
Marks. I'm going to conduct a search of the surrounding area, and I'm going to see if I can find any indication of Kincaid's current whereabouts. In the meantime, I want you to secure the crime scene and tell Miss Hemingway that she can leave now, but to make herself available for questioning in the near future.
What about
Oh, and where's Deputy Novello?
I don't know.
Well, see if you can find out. Get going!
Oh yeah. Yes,
And
ma'am.
step to it while it's still daylight out, Marks. I'm gonna take a walk in the woods.
Welcome back, ma'am. Crime scene secure. Mrs. Hemingway has returned home and she's awaiting your questioning. Oh, and I talked to the mayor.
The mayor? You called the mayor? Who told you to call the mayor?
No, ma'am, he called me. He has an urgent matter to discuss with you. Apparently, Novello's been missing, or something like that.
Novello's missing?
Yeah, he was hoping that you would have a way of contacting him, or maybe know where his location was.
I just thought he'd been sick for the last 2 days, not missing.
But don't worry. I told him how to get in contact with you, and I told him all about our ongoing murder investigation.
You did what? Gee, I wonder who that could be.
No need to thank me, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
Good afternoon, Mayor Mosley.
Not from what I've heard, Sheriff. Your deputy informs me that you think there's been a murder.
2, actually. I found the body of escaped convict Leroy Kincaid nearby.
Sheriff, let's not get ahead of ourselves. What's the likely cause of death for the late Mr. Kincaid?
Well, seeing as how I found him strung up from a rope by his neck, I would guess, I don't know, broken neck or strangulation.
Don't get insolent with me, Sheriff. You remember who you're talking to, and as far as this case goes, there doesn't appear to be any indication of murder whatsoever.
Excuse me, sir?
Think this through. For all we know, the Hemingway boy was attacked by a wild animal. Washington has some of the most dangerous wildlife in the United States. We get more and more reports every year of attacks from black bears, cougars, coyotes, and even moose. It's much more probable the boy simply stumbled upon one of those beasts while taking a hike.
What about Leroy Kincaid?
His demise was obviously by his own hand.
Suicide. So he breaks out of prison, feels the fresh air on his face, and decides to end it all?
You did well to watch your tone with me, Sheriff. Who knows why he decided to take his own life? Perhaps he escaped so he could die on his own terms. Or maybe he couldn't accept life on the outside and fell into a deep depression. The fact remains, there is no hard evidence of murder with either case. Is there, Sheriff?
No, sir.
Very good. Yes, that's good news. Oktoberfest is coming up, and the news of 2 homicides would be just no way to start things off.
Right.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this. One last thing, you wouldn't happen to know where I can find or contact Deputy Novello, would you?
No, Mr. Mayor, I wouldn't.
Well, if you find him, call me immediately. Good day, Sheriff.
Come back up, Mr. Baxter. Did you see what happened last night? What do you want to do?
Call the coroner, tell him to make room for 2 bodies. Stay here and wait for him. I'm going to meet an old friend.
Are you absolutely sure that's what you want to do?
No, thank you, sir. I'm in no need of more dictionary. How many...
Kubrick.
Margaret?
You can call me Sheriff Wesson Kubrick.
Of course. Whatever you want, Margaret.
Is this a bad time?
The worst possible time as usual.
Yeah, well that's too bad, alright? Because we need to talk.
Don't you normally need a warrant for this kind of thing?
You know, Kubrick, I really would love to go through all that trouble just to get under your skin, but I don't have time for that today. We found 2 dead bodies in the woods.
Really?
I think so, but we don't have any hard evidence of that yet.
Suspects?
Yeah, 1, but he's dead already.
How long?
Well, we don't know yet. I'm still waiting on the coroner to establish the time of death.
There's no difficulty with that.
Why?
The rain. Temperatures were low last night, and it rained. Cold rain preserving the body, slowing down its decomposition.
That's why I need your help, Kubrick.
I'm not a CSI anymore, Roberts. I'm a mythology professor now.
Come on, Kubrick. You have the intellect of a genius. You shouldn't be wasting it on amusing college kids with fairy tale stories. Listen, I want to hire you as a temporary consultant in this case. Just help me prove that it's murder and you can go right back to being a pointless professor.
Well, when you put it that way...
Look, I wouldn't be asking if it wasn't important. Will you help me?
I want to hear, please.
No, Kubrick.
Yes?
You know I hate saying
You can do what I believe you. Non-negotiable.
Please.
I'm sorry, what was that coming again?
Please?
Very well, I'll take it. Just give me some time to get dressed, collect my effects, and I'll be ready in no time.
Great. I'm brimming with excitement. Literally brimming. Now I'll be in the car.
So what makes you think the Hemingway boy was murdered?
Well, Mayor Mosley suggests that the Hemingway boy was killed by an animal and that Leroy Kincaid hung himself.
And you disagree with that assessment?
I've seen plenty of cases every year where somebody's killed by an animal, but what happened to that boy, that wasn't an animal. And Leroy Kincaid just escaped from prison and then he hangs himself. Doesn't make any sense. Something just doesn't seem right here.
You know, your father was a great sheriff too. And not only was he honorable, but he had good instincts, like you. So if you say that this case requires further investigation, that's all I need to know.
Kubrick? Come here.
No.
What?
You over here.
Did you find something?
Yes, I have in fact.
Well, what is it?
It's a secret.
Kubrick, tell me what it is.
No, you're not the boss of me.
Actually, I am the boss of you. I hired you.
Well, fair enough. You still don't want to see this yet.
Oh, for the love of God. What is it?
I'll show you.
How are you doing that?
Peculiar how there's no wind and yet they sway.
Well, where's the air coming from?
Deep within this hard log, don't you smell it?
Smell what?
The distinctive odor of cherry blossoms, telltale traces of Adamillertosinus, a creature thought to live beneath the earth, residing in hibernation after eating cherry blossoms during spring.
You've got to be kidding me. You brought me over here for a trivia lesson about a mythological You okay, Kubrick?
Yes, I'm fine.
Are you sure you're alright?
Are you sure that's your natural hair color?
Okay, Kubrick, I know it's been a while since you've done this, but please try and remember that this is a real crime scene, and I'm a real sheriff with real responsibilities, like getting back and finishing my questioning with Mrs. Hemingway. So while I'm doing that, if you could go find the only neighbor in this vicinity and question him, that'd be great.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pee all over you!
Can I help you? Good evening. My name is Kubrick Ice, and I'm working with the police department as a consultant, and you are?
In the middle of dinner, making a fancy feast.
Yes, well. Did you hear anything last night, the night of the murder of the Hemingway boy?
David Bowie. Wait, no. Hold on. Oh, God. Don't. It's my cat. Ah, he's, yeah. I don't want her to get out. What did you, what?
Did you hear anything last night?
Hold on. David Bowie! Hey, I'm talking to you! Did you hear anything? No, he didn't. I mean, we didn't. I mean, she might, yeah.
Well, if you can remember anything old about last night, give Sheriff Weston a call.
Yeah, I'll call. Okay.
Well, have a good day.
Okay, good day. All right. Be careful with the rocks. Absolutely. and cat poop. Okay, yeah. Just I meant to pick that up. Okay. Yeah. I'm coming. Hold on.
Why gotta embarrass me like that anyway?
Oh, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hey, how was your trip? Yeah? Was Walmart better this time?
Something wrong, sir?
Murder is the unlawful killing of an innocent soul, stranger. There's no salvation. No, there's no redemption for the unholy act of murder. God hates a killer, and no murderer has eternal life abiding in him.
Death won't save you, neither will feelings of regret alone.
But actions speak volumes more than you could hope to achieve through words.
I know. That is why I am here. Why are you here, stranger? Have you ever lost someone to the sin of murder? You ever felt that feeling, that sickening, poison-like feeling that comes over your entire body? Like you're slowly falling, and in the horror, there's no one there to catch you.
This isn't about me or you, sir. I'm not here to pass judgment. But whomever you hurt, you need to think about what they would want. Listen to me. Think of them.
Yes, stranger. You are right.